We are at Bellator 94. I'm standing here with the man that calls all the action. This guy right here, great voice, great color commentary. The one and only Jimmy Smith, man. First of all, man, it's an honor to meet you, man.
Thank you so much.
So, Bellator is just taking off like wildfire right now, and I know you've been around with them pretty much for the whole thing, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of how they've grown and where they're at right now?
Well, the best season we've ever had has been this one. It's really been the move to Spike has gotten the fighters so much more exposure, and they've performed. You know, everybody tells me, they go, "Oh, you do a great job calling the fights." Well, the harder they fight, the better I sound. Really is how it works. And this season, everyone's fought so amazingly hard. I think they all want the spotlight that Spike gives them, so they know what winning a tournament, what winning a fight does for their careers. And I think that's really shown this season.
You know, you mentioned what you just said. You know, these guys want the opportunity that Spike brings to them. You know, you guys were on MTV too for a little while. Obviously, the sister for one of the Viacom companies,
right?
And they moved up to the big network when the UFC went over to Fox. What's your opinion on, you know, these fighters actually stepping up and saying, you know what, I've got this huge opportunity, I've got this great big stage on the network that really popularized MMA to the world, and now these guys are grasping that brass ring. Being involved with that, how does that make you feel? You know, proud, excited?
It's an amazing thing. We have a guy, Syed Awad, fighting tonight, and I'm from Southern California, so I've seen Awad fight I don't know how many times at local shows in California. They brought him in. Guillaume de Lorenzi came in with a great record, and he didn't care. Knocked him out in the first round, did the same thing in the next round to Will Brooks, who was undefeated at the time. It lets guys you've never heard of shine. It's up to them. We give them the opportunity, and it's like, hey, if you can beat these guys, you're going to be a champion. That's it. You know, that's all there is to it. And the guys this season have really seized that. And to see guys like Syed, Emmanuel Newton, Mihail Zayats, guys you didn't know beforehand, really perform. To me, that's what Bellator's all about. That's what I love seeing as a commentator, are those upsets, man.
Yeah, you know, and you mentioned a guy like Emmanuel Newton. You know, nobody expected him to knock out King Mo the way he did, you know, and now here he is. He's that much closer to his dream, you know, and he's a guy that just nobody really heard of, and all of a sudden he's at the forefront. So yeah, I agree with you. It's exciting action now. There's a fight on the card. It's on the undercard preliminary. It's a female fight. You were there yesterday at the weigh-in.
Yes.
Heather Clark, Felice Herrig. First of all, the two questions on this. What do you think of this fight? And I want to get a pick from you, but more importantly, what do you think about this fight not being on TV? Because the social media world is blowing up right now. When I was interviewing Bjorn yesterday, you know, he was like, yeah, my Twitter's going off right now as we speak because everyone wants to see this fight on TV.
Well, what we're actually hoping, because the way it works is we have our main card fighters, the fights we have to get on. If they're fast, if they're quick, if we have any space within the show itself, we bump up the undercard fights. And what we do is we cherry pick and look at what we fit with the time, what have the best finish, and we try and move that on. I am so hoping, big fan of Jessica Aguilar, she's a great friend of mine. I'm a big supporter of women's MMA, and I hope they're great fights, and I hope we can get them on the main card. I'm disappointed they're not. Felice, I think, has the advantage of having been here before. She's been successful in Bellator. She's comfortable here. I think she wants to make a home here. And that comfort level, she's well-rounded anyway. I think she's a great fighter. But her comfort level in Bellator is going to be the difference, I think, in this fight. I think she's the favorite, but Clark, very physically tough fighter. And if she puts it on Felice, that's what we haven't seen so far. Is somebody really come after Felice, really put the pressure on her. If Clark can do that, it could be her fight.
Now, what do you think of Clark's, all her pre-fight banter? Basically, I mean, when I interviewed her yesterday, the word she used was trash. That's how she refers to Felice. Felice is really smart at marketing herself. She takes what she's got, her sex appeal, her prettiness, and she can kick your ass.
Right.
But she encompasses it all into a great package. Then you get Heather Clark, and even Patricia Verdonic, who's fighting Jessica Aguilar. Right. They fought at the XFC, and Patricia had the same opinion of Felice. Do you think that's fair and warranted, or has nothing to do with the fight game?
When does fair and warranted become a factor in trash talk? I've heard fighters say things that were like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, it's true, it's true. You ask some tough questions. You know, fair and warranted, no. I mean, I have not slept with Felice, I don't know. Throwing that out there. But all that, you know, oh, she's so horrible. You know, Felice knows what sells. And what sells, let's face it, sex sells, and she has a handle on that. And that's part of the promotion she has in the cage. I mean, there's so much talk on Twitter about the outfit she's going to wear and going to fight in as much as her performances. So she knows what sells. And you can criticize that all you want and saying that's overemphasized by her. And that you know, her skills have been overshadowed by that. That's fine. But to criticize somebody who's selling a fight that is for her too, Clark should be
happy.
Yeah, Clark should be thrilled. Hey, if Felice Herrig wants to do the sex appeal to get people interested in the fight I'm fighting in, great, wonderful, more power to her. So you can say how fair and warranted it is. Clark should be happy that her opponent is, you know, getting people interested in the fight.
All right, the fight you're looking most forward to tonight. tonight on the card before I let you go?
Awad versus Rickles. Two fighters I really like. Rickles does not know how to have a boring fight. I think, two decisions, very exciting fights. Syed Awad can finish a fight anywhere. A lot of physical talent. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
And he said yesterday in the press conference, he goes, my prediction is we're going to beat the crap out of each other. I've got that, what was the word? The Neanderthal head.
Yes.
So, but listen, I know you got to get to work here because the show's getting ready to start. I want to say thanks for taking the time.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Honor to meet you, man. You're one of my favorite guys to listen to. And like I said, I would love to see him and Michael Schiavello one day call a fight together because that would be fireworks.
Well, we'll see. I love the voice. Great guy. Love him.
All right, well, anyway, for Jimmy Smith, I'm Christopher James. You're all cage side.